Welcome to this BizzeBee vidcast. My name is Andy, and this is an article I wrote called The Benefits of a Brand Name for Your Business and Domain. There is still a lot of talk about whether you should use a domain name that has a keyword in it or not. It seems that Google are still ranking websites that are using EMDs, exact match domains, and brand new sites using keyword-based domains are landing on the first pages in Google very quickly for matching keywords. These kinds of sites are excellent for the small affiliate-based sites designed to earn affiliate commissions from one or two products from Amazon, etc. But for sites that are business-based, it could be a bad idea to have a keyword niche-based domain. For example, the dating business is big business. Dating is quite a competitive keyword, and some of the biggest players in the dating industry have created brand names that are now the searchable term. Take Zeus.com and Match.com for examples. They have nothing that makes you think of dating. Okay, so two compatible people are a match, but that is as close as one gets to dating. The flexibility of not saying what you do. They are brand names that offer flexibility, so for example, and I'm going off at a real tangent here, if there was a sudden drop in the dating industry but an increase in dinner parties, Zeus or Match could change their business direction and slowly adopt the new business model without the name becoming a hindrance. But now compare that to another dating website called uniformdating.com, which, as you can see, is niche specific and possibly also keyword based. Should the bottom fall out of the uniform dating market, what can they do? Even worse, if the bottom fell out of the dating industry completely, where do they go next? There's nowhere they can go really. So it is advised that you think carefully about your website name, if you are planning on creating a business and not just a simple thin affiliate site. As I've just pointed out, the business name you choose also needs to take into consideration any possible future changes in the business. Gazing into that crystal ball. Now, I'm not saying that some companies have not done well and weathered a changing market, but times do change, and companies that have a business name rooted in an old business method can soon become old, and just the appearance of being old and outdated can lose your custom. For example, the company Radio Rentals did just that. They rented out radios at the time when people could hardly afford to buy their own. Now your standard mobile phone comes with a radio. The internet we can access from our phones can connect to radio stations from all over the globe. Once TV became the norm, Radio Rentals started to rent them out too. Now there is nothing wrong with that, as it was a gradual evolution from shows that were sound only to shows that were moving pictures. You could rent out TVs from the company, and it was accepted even though the company was called Radio Rentals. When the TVs and radios became cheaper and were being sold from shops of all types, Radio Rentals business dropped. I mean, why would you go to Radio Rentals to buy a TV? They rent them, don't they? Why else would they have the word rental in the name? The fact that people hardly bought standalone radios anymore, as Freeview and satellite TVs now also come with the radio, let alone renting them out, nearly destroyed the business. However, there is a happy ending for Radio Rentals. After the business nearly died, there was a surprising increase in people renting TVs from them due to the economic slump and increased costs of modern gadgets. The recession has made it hard for people to afford the basics, let alone the luxuries, and in the UK the TV broadcasting companies were all swapping from analogue to digital, which meant most people's TVs were outdated and wouldn't receive the programmes. People needed to update, and if they couldn't afford it, they had no option but to rent, so Radio Rentals got a nice boost in business. I think you can see what I'm saying here. Choosing your business name is important. Choosing your website domain name is also important, especially if you do a Radio Rentals and go niche specific or keyword specific. You may not think that your business will change, but it could, and it could be without warning or without your control. Back to the future. In many ways, having a business name that matches your name could be the way to go. Take Guinness for example. We all know of Guinness as a dark, stout drink from Ireland, named after its creator Arthur Guinness. Having a name like Guinness doesn't tell the user what it is or what they do, so it was often advised to not use these types of business names, especially online. But if you look closer, you'll see that many of the new online companies are doing that. They may not go with the traditional route of naming your business after the owner's last name, like Guinness, but there are Zoosks, Zooplers and Moonpigs popping up all over the place. If you didn't know what these websites produce or sold, could you guess it from their names? No, of course not. But as you know, should their industry change to a point it was unrecognisable, at least we know they can change direction without their names becoming a hindrance. The final thing I want to say about these new style business names and domain names is that instead of fighting with other companies for search terms and keywords, they create names that are short and memorable, and using methods to grow the brand and make their names stick in the minds of people, they create their own keywords and search terms. No one searches for cheap cards these days. Well, not in the UK, they just type in Moonpig or Funky Pigeon. Looking for a property to rent or buy, simply type in Zoopla. And if you're looking for love, type in Plenty of Fish or Zoosk. So now you know to spend some time thinking your business name through carefully. You now have the fun task of getting your brand name known, and that is for another post. Okay, so that was my post by me, Andy, on the BizzeBee site. If you'd like to, please come over and visit the site more often at BizzeBee.com. You'll see we have lots of posts going onto the site regular. Sign up for our newsletter. We shall send out more advice and information. We have plenty of categories here full of all the information that you need to create a successful online business, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.